Hello, my dearest brothers and sisters. Today we'll talk about the temptation of the Christ, also known as Jesus and the Tempter, by Master Juan de Flandes, which was finished in the beginning of the 1500s. Juan de Flandes was a Flemish painter who was active in Spain from 1496 to 1519. Very little is known about him. Even his actual name is unknown, and the one he is known for, which is Juan, is a quite generic name in Spain. His 23 years in Castilla are sparsely documented and only known through official contracts and other records. Through time, his panels have been separated, but most of them ended up in the Royal Collection in Madrid, from which we find today's work, The Temptation of the Christ. Let's start with the wonderful background, where the leaves on the trees and the little flowers on the grass are carefully detailed. Some birds are flying by, and a fortress on the right side seems to depict Jerusalem, since it was on the outings of the city where this episode happened. The overview of the painting seems to represent nature as a calm and silent witness to the eternal struggle between good and evil. On the left, Jesus Christ is depicted with an air of purity and tranquility, as his gaze demonstrates his divinity. On the other hand, we find a very sinister figure which us Franciscans would recognize immediately, or so we thought, because this figure embodies the temptation, which is not shown as one would imagine it to be, but in disguise. And the one that was chosen at this time is what Franciscans might find fascinating. The devil, disguised as a bearded friar, is wearing a traditional Franciscan habit, and if this wasn't remarkable enough, it carries the rosary beads, a very clear reference to then what was a new practice, which carries the promise of remission of punishment for all the confessed sins through indulgences. We must remember that Pope Sixtus IV, who was a Franciscan leading the Catholic Church from 1472 to 1484, encouraged praying the Rosary as a personal devotion through papal bulls and indulgences. The Rosary indicates that the devil is very clever, who can disguise himself in the garb of the faithful. Back to the painting, we see that even though he is dressed in the Franciscan habit, some features betray his demonic nature. First, we see their horns and tail, and then an amphibious foot speaks from beneath the robe. This is a quite confrontational scene, where the devil offers a loaf of bread to our Lord, who was hungry, and which he ultimately refuses because he saw the true nature of the offering. That was not a loaf of bread, but a rock. The position of the stone also seems to mock a traditional representation of our Father Saint Francis, who is often depicted holding a skull, which symbolizes sister death. The closing of this scene demonstrates that Jesus' humanity did not triumph over his deity nature. So this is all for now, but if you would like to learn more about Franciscan art, please subscribe to my blog. And if you'd like to purchase this image in a higher resolution, come visit our digital shop. I hope to see you soon in the next video. Peace and all good.